I can just imagine that someone in our viewing audience is thinking, so what? Who cares about a battle of worldviews? Who cares about fossils and biology? Who cares about dinosaurs? Why is all of this so important? After all, we have major issues facing society today. That very question came up one time in a public school when Mary Jo was speaking. A high school girl blurted out, "So what? What difference does it make anyhow?" She had claimed to be an atheist. Mary Jo asked her a question in return. "How do you determine what is right or wrong?" She thought a bit and answered, "I guess majority rules." That means you vote on what's right or wrong, she clarified. When the girl said yes, Mary Jo decided to put her theory to a test. "I propose that all blonde-haired girls get tied up and get thrown in to the river." It was January and cold. All in favor, say aye. Well, come on now. This is a high school class. Yeah, aye, throw her in the river. It was unanimous, except for her vote. So Mary Jo said, "Okay, tie her up, throw her in the river." These high school guys began to stand up and do it. And she hollered, "You can't do that." "Why not?" "Because it's wrong." "What do you mean it's wrong? We just voted on it and determined it to be right." Ever get that sinking feeling? When you let the majority rule, based on the drift of society, that is just scary. It is called relative morality. Perhaps Darwin's idea of survival of the fittest, might makes right, should dictate. Maybe the person who is strongest, maybe richest, or thinks they're the smartest should rule. In a relative morality society, all someone has to do is call for a vote, and you may end up at the bottom of the river. It happened in Hitler's day, and it can happen today. You see, Hitler bought into evolution. He thought the German race was the most fit to survive. The Jews and the blacks lost. Millions were killed. Somebody took a vote in Rwanda. Millions were killed since someone thought one tribe was more evolved than another. The same thing happened in Australia, and a huge number of Aborigines were hunted down and killed like animals. Ideas and worldviews do have consequences. If evolution is true, then who cares what we look at? Who cares what we do with our offspring? What's wrong with taking a gun and shooting half of our classmates? After all, isn't that just natural selection? If evolution is true, then everything is evolving. Our laws and even the Constitution. There is no standard for what is right or wrong. Hence, we see Supreme Court decisions based on popular vote rather than on constitutional precedent or even God's standard. Why was abortion wrong 100 years ago and rampant today? Someone took a vote. Someone could take a vote and the elderly could bite it. Perhaps the developmentally disabled could be voted out, or perhaps blonde-headed girls. According to the book of Judges, everybody did what was right in their own eye. That is why our society is in the mess that it is in. You know, this is just one of three areas that evolution impacts us. The social area. Two other areas are the spiritual and the personal level. Let's get a glimpse of how it impacts us in the spiritual area. Mark Cahill is one of this country's most active youth evangelists. He presents a gospel message to thousands of students on the high school and college campuses every year. He says the number one reason young people give for not responding to the gospel is evolution. We agree. We also see that evolution is also one of the major reasons why young people are dropping out of the church. When we speak across this country and in different parts of the world, we are frequently told of young people from Christian families who rejected the faith. These young people were active in the church. They were running the race, but they were knocked out by evolution. Two main ideas that tripped them up are these. Evolution is science. Creation is religion. Over and over again, they hear this. They are also told that science has proven evolution to be right and the Bible false. According to many of those parents, their children now want nothing to do with the church. One example is Louis Leakey, the famous human evolutionist from Africa. Did you know he was the son of missionaries? But he attended Cambridge University, where he was taught and bought into evolutionary naturalism. You see, belief in evolution really does have a major spiritual effect on many people, even in the church.